I am so happy right now. If you watched the last video, you know that unfortunately I had to deal with an attempted breaking and entering situation. Luckily, we have a very good security system, so everything was fine. We are all safe. Uh, this criminal crew, and it was a crew, it was targeting the whole neighborhood, and they were checking which houses have working um, security systems, I guess, or which ones did not have. I would assume something like that. And I also talked to one of our neighbors, and the security system in their house, it did not get fully triggered, but the battery was out or something like that, or the sensor was off somehow. So there was a warning from the security system, but it wasn't fully triggered. Uh, and I guess then these criminals came to our house, and then our security system got triggered, and then they got chased away. And there also, it also appears that there have been many other calls around that same time in our neighborhood, people complaining um, about some suspicious activity. So, yeah, this doesn't seem targeted at all, not even a slightly little bit, which is very good. Very good. Now, I don't know how criminals actually work, so if you are perhaps, if you have experience with, I don't know, police officers or something like that, maybe leave a comment below if what I'm saying checks out, or if there's anything to be concerned about, but it doesn't seem like that to me. I still need to talk to the police. But it doesn't seem like there's anything serious going on here. I also want to talk a little bit more about this channel and just maybe how to improve it, how to make it more enjoyable, more entertaining, perhaps. Also, I read through all of your comments. I appreciate all of the comments very much. Almost every single one of you showed your concern, and I really appreciate that. That really means a lot to me and my wife. Now, one concerning thing, which I just noticed, do I have a gray hair here? I don't know. I literally just realized it. I was recording this video. I'm like, whoa, this looks weird. But what's in my hair? And I don't think there's anything. I think it's just a gray hair. Is this normal in my late 20s? I don't know. A lot of you guys who are watching are a little bit older. So maybe leave a comment. When did you get your first gray hair? Now, Elon Musk also replied to this tweet, only the paranoid survive. And Elon Musk said, yes. So my first reaction to this whole unfortunate situation was, even if this has nothing to do with me, let's say, being in the public, because this whole thing just started basically, I mean, this YouTube thing. It appears very unlikely that any of us contributed to anything, but now it's conclusive that certainly it has not, which makes me very happy. But I try to incorporate all of the principles that Elon Musk thinks are important in my life and my business and how I think, and being paranoid is one of those things. So I'm definitely going to continue YouTube. That's something that I enjoy doing greatly, and I find it a lot of fun. Leave comments below with any ideas for how to improve the channel if you have any. One of the reasons, there are many reasons why I started this YouTube channel. The main one is because I thought it would be fun, and also I was going through a medical condition at that time, which was it was not exactly great to go through that, and I had to take my mind. I had to concentrate on something that I find enjoyable, and making videos, I find that quite enjoyable. So that really took off my attention from pain, nonstop, constant pain for that lasted, I don't know how long, a few weeks or more than a month. It was not great. Now that's all over. I'm healthy. So that's good. Another reason is I want to improve my speaking and my accent specifically. In my native tongue, I am a pretty good speaker. And with focused training, I know I could get to a level of probably Barack. This is not political or anything like that. I'm just saying that he speaks very clearly, and the way he puts sentences together, it just all flows very nicely. In my native tongue, I can do that. But in English, it's more closer to Arnold Schwarzenegger. So doing these videos is helping me improve my accent and makes my speaking more clear. Slowly though. One thing that I will eventually do, I think, is I will have one daily video on a separate channel with the whole summary of the whole day. But I think for that, I would want them to be a little bit more maybe produced, more well edited, better put together. Also, editing is something that I'm considering for this channel as well. Now, this YouTube channel is really a passion project for the most part. But maybe having an editor edit the videos, maybe that would not be a bad idea. I'm just thinking that the news would be a little bit delayed. Maybe for some of the breaking news, maybe no editing needed really. But if it's not really urgent, then maybe. Also, let me know which subjects, if you have any specific subjects that you really like me to talk more about. The way I decide right now is I just see which videos get the most views, and I try to pick things that I find very interesting, but at the same time, where most people are interested, where more people are interested in watching the subject as well. There are some subjects that I am interested in, but they basically got very few views. Also, for this new channel, I was going to actually start about 2 weeks ago now, but then one of my businesses required a lot more attention than I was planning, so that got a little bit in the way. Here's actually the main thing that I wanted to ask you guys. With Tesla news specifically, or let's say speculation or rumors or things like that, there are sometimes things that I see coming, and I personally I pay a lot more attention to anything that's negative about Tesla first, because I especially want to see anything that's negative. I want to find it myself first before I hear it from Tesla bears. So I either want to find it from a rather neutral source, or ideally a Tesla stock bull. If it's a Tesla bear giving the bad news, it's like, are you giving me something just because you are short on Tesla and you're trying to make the stock go down? So therefore you're putting a lot of, questionable things in your reporting, let's say, or in your opinions that have absolutely no real basis to anything. But once in a very rare while, one of these things happen to be right. It's very rare, but it does happen. But there's a lot of sorting through that. So I really prefer not to hear from the bears first, because anything that you hear from them, by default, you just assume it's all just lies for the most part, or inaccurate information. But when a Tesla stock bull is talking about something negative, to me personally, like someone who I know is actually a real Tesla stock bull. Let's say Dave Lee says something that is negative about Tesla. I'm like, oh, yeah, I think there's something to it. So the question I have for you guys: do you want me to report on everything that I see also that's negative as well? Or do you like me focusing mostly just on the good and not really speaking about the bad? For example, there was a price. I believed that there would be a price cut in China, a second price cut after the first big initial one, and turned out in the end, yeah, there was. It wasn't that big, but there was an additional discount. So I made this video on December 6th, and we got official confirmation after I uploaded that video. The discount wasn't big, pretty small, but I came to my personal conclusion back in November that Tesla is actually going to do this. And let me know if you personally like me sharing thoughts like that with you early, or would you personally prefer me reporting these things once they actually happen? I think I will continue with what I have been doing, but I'm really curious to see what is the general preference that all of you guys have. Thank you for watching, and I'm happy to continue doing YouTube, and I will see you in the next video. Next video will be specifically about Tesla stock again, so we're getting back to that. Thank you again for watching.